Hey, this is Danny Boy here. Um, I'm trying to do a new experiment with content, which is something that I actually been wanting to do for a while since, I see many people, uh, do this, type of content where they just talk about, their problems and all that, just, you know, down the middle of the road kind of problems. So, sorry, I'm just trying to think what I'm trying to say. Um, I might want to talk about, uh, as for me, because I'm currently a sophomore in high school, right? And, uh, I, it is, so far, I mean, it's been, pretty, it's been pretty, normal high school, just hard work and all that, just down to down the earth, like kind of just hard work, And I noticed that for a long time now, like I've always been like a quiet person, right? And it's just it's I mean it has its ups and downs, like I am I would say like I am an extrovert, right? And I'm sure you guys are watching this are probably like extroverts, maybe quiet just like me, but I don't know. Yeah, again, I'm saying this when I'm like a YouTuber with like freaking basically no subs. But I just really want to talk about like what it's like being in, I feel like, my shoes of as a human being. And I always describe always like to describe like to others around me, like my classmates, my teachers, just people in general, about how I think and how I act. But for me, talking with people is like one of my favorite things to do, right? But I always like struggle, like even like right now I'm recording this voiceover, right, over some gameplay. I always I'm kind of like it's taking me forever to say stuff, and I do apologize if you guys have to listen to this. But I always struggle to like think of like good things to say to others, Like if you really talk to someone and like you go up to like like some stranger and like you might say like hello, right? Just say like just greet yourself to others, and it's just like say hello to people, maybe like say like how's your day going, all that. I mean, yeah, like that's what I do. I mean, I do that with basically like anyone in my school, because I like to always like talk to people and get to know people. But honestly, like, it kind of sucks that like, cause like I don't really mind being quiet, but at the same time, it's like being quiet, like I don't know. I feel like it just has this it kind of sucks. Is like in my head, like every day, like at school, I'm like always thinking like, oh yeah, I gotta try like make new friends, I want to always like try and fit in like I don't know like this friend group, and it's just it like it's just it sucks, but sorry, I'm trying to think of good things to say. And because of that, like, it kind of like, since this beginning this year, it's kind of like, made me like feel like, kind of like lonely in my school, you know? And I personally, like, it's something I do struggle with a lot. Cause like, I mean, I think I would say for myself, like, I've always been like a quiet kid for like, since like, I think it was like preschool, I believe so. Cause like, I was always like that one kid that like, that one like quiet kid that would never grew up with like, I would always have like at least like a friend or two, or yeah, like a few. But I mean, like, I feel like most people, like, even to this day, like, people will literally like see me and be like, oh yeah, it's like oh, it's this guy, you know, in a class that doesn't like speak to others that much, you know. He's like this dude that just like he's like a nice guy, you know. He just greets other people. That's all he does. But like, you know, I mean, I don't really mind people seeing me that way. I mean, hell, like, my brain, like, it just, like, that's just how, like, it just wants to think, you know. But also, like, I just really wish that, like, you know, I wish I had, like, more, like, unique things to say to people. Because, like, I always, like, don't like the fact that every time I talk to someone, like, I'll, like, have a hard time trying to think of, like, something that I can push to start a conversation. And the problem is that, like, for me, like, I always like talking about, like, my interests and, like, this video game, this, like, YouTube video or something. And it's just, like, it's just hard, you know? I might be talking out my ass right now, but I just want to, like, you know, like I said, I only want to do these videos, like, as, like, a side form of content. Just like a diary, you know? Because, like, I always, like, I just want people to see, like, the way how I see things, you know? And I know that, like, I'm not the only person that, like, struggles with having, like, a hard time trying to talk to people about, like, you know, just something to, like, you know, engage in a conversation with. Because, like, I mean, I've seen, like, people on the internet that, like, are, like, introverts. They want to, like, talk to people, but, like, in person, right? But, you know, they're afraid. And, you know, it sucks, you know? It genuinely does suck. And I would say I am one of those people. Yeah, it's just, and, like, you know, when I'm, like, talking to someone's, like, when I talk to my friends about how I perceive things, it's like, it kind of, like, annoys me the fact that, like, and, like, even, like, I feel like people just don't, like, I feel like people just don't tend to, like, relate to me that much about these problems. You know, I mean, I know, like, you know, it very well with people that relate to me, obviously, but it just sucks, you know, and I wish there was a way, like, at least I could know how to, like, better talk to people without like freaking like having my brain like, you know, going off like right now as I'm speaking. You know, and I always like feel like I always think about how like when every time I hang out with my friends, right, that they always how they always like they like engage with me, right, but then like I feel like they'll like speak to me for like a minute or two, and then like they might talk to like their other friend, and then like, you know, they'll make jokes with each other and laugh. They just laugh and whatever. And again, like I feel like that's what sucks about like being me, is that like I always want to be funny, right? Like even these videos like I make, I mean I know these are like fucking Roblox videos that I just record and then put out there in the world just to hope that people care about, right? I don't really want to do this for like, you know, to get popular. I just want to do it because I just want like people to like maybe understand, like maybe like see if people engage with me, you know. I know I don't provide the best commentary, so you know it's, you know. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like I always feel like every time like I talk to people, like I feel like people like I don't feel like I get treated like the same way as other people. And because of that, I tend to like think I'm harsh on myself. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I might just be talking out my ass right now. But, you know, all I ask for is that I hope that like at least like whoever watches this, you know, I don't care who you are, or how old you are. All I care about is just, you know, I just want to at least like see if there's at least like one person that understands my frustration. Yeah, I mean, I'm always gonna try like, you know, improve myself as the best way possible. I just hope that, you know, I just at least like hopefully I can relate to others. That's all I want, and hopefully you can relate to me. You know, I kind of just suck, especially like cause like I know there's like more just like people that are like, you know, quieter than me, that, you know, and I mean they're living like happy lives, you know. But I mean that's just, you know, the society we live in. I mean, you know, especially like how like technology has grown and what it's like to, especially coming out of the pandemic. It's been very different for my life since. I mean, I'm only 15, but I mean, still, it's really affected me. But you know, yeah, like I said, I'm sorry if it's like if I'm struggling to speak. I'm trying to get my thoughts out. You know, it's just easier to talk to like a person about the stuff, but I also want to talk to you guys, because I think you guys are awesome, if whoever's watching us. And I want to keep making content about, like, stuff like this, about better, like, understanding, you know, about problems. Maybe, like, improvement, possibly. So, yeah. I will try to record more. I definitely try to record my Roblox videos. I do apologize for not getting one out in like 3 weeks. Basically, after I uploaded my first playthrough of like Untitled Roguelike, I was using OBS to capture it, but basically, it was just like I was having problems. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I was just having problems I was so fed up with. So, and then I was trying to like I was recording softwares for free because I'm broke. I'm a teenager, right? Of course I'm broke. I don't have a job like my other classmates. I've been trying to get a job. Which I might actually make a video about that sometime in the near future about getting a job. So, yeah. I'll definitely try to upload more often, and hopefully you enjoy my rant videos and my gameplay videos I'll upload. I'm back. Like Fish is saying, I will definitely say I will be back. That's all I want to say. I definitely expect more of his content because I just genuinely like it. That's about it.